Welcome back to Essentials of Rock and Metal History. Today, we're taking a 5-minute deep dive into the technical brilliance of Megadeth's classic era, from the complex thrash of Rust in Peace to the hard rock mastery of cryptic writings. In 1989, Dave Mustaine was searching for perfection. After nearly hiring Dimebag Darrell, he discovered Marty Friedman. Friedman's audition was so technically precise it reportedly made Dave rethink his own approach to the guitar. Marty brought an exotic, neoclassical flavor to the band. His mastery of outside notes and Japanese-influenced scales provided a sophisticated counterpoint to Dave's jagged, aggressive riffing. It was a technical match made in heaven. Recording Rust in Peace with producer Mike Klink was a grueling process. They tracked to 2-inch analog tape, with Klink meticulously editing sections to ensure the timing was absolutely surgical. The floor was often littered with miles of edited tape. Tracks like Holy Wars and Hangar 18 became the architecture for modern technical thrash. The production was dry and clear, allowing every complex shift in time signature to be heard with mechanical clarity. Nick Menza was the final piece of the puzzle. His background in jazz gave the band a swing that other thrash acts lacked. He wasn't just fast, he was incredibly precise, utilizing complex fills that enhanced the guitar complexity. Menza's setup was a technical marvel itself. He utilized a custom-built Greg Volker rack system that allowed him to mount multiple oversized toms and cymbals with extreme ergonomic efficiency, creating a visual and sonic wall of percussion. By 1992, producer Max Norman pushed the band toward commercial dominance with Countdown to Extinction. Norman had a strict philosophy. He favored a tempo of 120 beats per minute, believing it was the ideal frequency for radio. The technical standards were higher than ever. Norman checked every single guitar bend against a strobe tuner to ensure perfect pitch. String noises and imperfections were meticulously edited out, creating a clinical, polished aggression. This approach led to Symphony of Destruction, a masterclass in mid-tempo groove. The album reached number 2 on the Billboard charts, proving that technical proficiency and commercial appeal weren't mutually exclusive. In 1994, the band took an unprecedented technical step. To avoid the pressure of LA, they built their own studio, Fat Planet, inside a warehouse in Phoenix. This allowed them to record as a live band, capturing a more organic energy. For Euthanasia, they tuned down to E-flat across the entire record. This technical choice lowered string tension and provided a thicker, more resonant tone that perfectly complemented the album's more melodic and mid-tempo direction. The production emphasized Dave's vocal evolution. Tracks like A Tout le Monde featured sophisticated layering and vocal harmonies that added a new layer of emotional and technical depth to the Megadeth sound. The era concluded with a shift to Nashville for Cryptic Writings. Working with producer Dan Huff at the tracking room, the band utilized a world-class facility designed for acoustic isolation and floating floor precision. Huff, a renowned session guitarist, focused on inclusive production. He pushed for vocal hooks and accessible arrangements, using sitars and harmonicas to broaden the sonic palette without losing the band's core heaviness. The lead single Trust featured a tribal tom-tom intro from Menza, specifically engineered to be a radio hook. It worked, reaching number 5 on the charts, the highest position in the band's history. From 1990 to 1997, the classic lineup of Dave, Marty, Nick, and David Ellefson defined the technical and melodic ceiling of heavy metal. Their discipline and innovation created a blueprint that still stands today. This 7-year run represents the absolute essentials of Megadeth history. It was an era where technical wizardry, commercial success, and artistic evolution perfectly aligned. These albums proved that technical thrash could evolve into sophisticated, stadium-filling hard rock without sacrificing technical integrity. It remains the most influential era in the band's long history. Which album from this technical era is your favorite? Let us know in the comments, subscribe for more in-depth rock and metal history, and as always, stay heavy. See you in the next episode.